Some people die before their heart stops, and some people never live, even while breathing. So what really happens after we die? Maybe the scarier question is this: what happens before we die? Because most people spend their entire lives running from silence, running from stillness, running from themselves. And death is the one thing that forces all of it to stop. For thousands of years, humanity has searched for answers. Heaven, reincarnation, nothingness, another dimension, another beginning. Every culture tells a different story. But beneath all of them, there is the same fear, the fear of disappearing, the fear that one day, your voice will be heard for the last time, your face will be seen for the last time, your name will be spoken, without you there to hear it. It's strange, isn't it? We live as if death belongs to other people, as if we are somehow separate from it. We scroll, we work, we plan next year, next month, tomorrow. Meanwhile, time quietly removes pieces of us every second. A younger face, an old friendship, a forgotten memory, a version of you that no longer exists. Maybe death does not arrive all at once. Maybe it has been happening slowly, the entire time, and yet nobody truly believes they will die. Not completely, not deep inside. That's why people chase immortality in smaller forms. Money, status, followers, photos, achievements, children, buildings, stories. We want proof that we were here, proof that we mattered, because somewhere deep in the human mind, there is a terrifying possibility. What if the universe forgets us? Think about how many people already disappeared, entire lives erased by time. People who laughed exactly like you, people who feared exactly like you, people who fell in love, cried alone at night, dreamed about becoming something greater. Now they are invisible. No audience, no memory, no trace. One day, that will happen to us too. And this is where the fear changes shape. Because death is not only about losing life, it is about losing identity. Everything you call me, your favorite songs, your secrets, your habits, your regrets, your unfinished conversations, gone. Or at least, that is what we fear. But maybe the real reason death scares us is because we barely understand life itself. Most people do not know who they are while alive. They wear personalities like clothing, different masks for different rooms, different voices for different people. Everyone is connected, yet nobody feels close. Everyone is visible, yet nobody feels seen. We built a world where distraction is constant, because silence reveals too much. And in silence, a strange question appears. If everything can be taken away, then who are you underneath it all? Not your job, not your appearance, not your reputation, not your past. You, the thing observing all of this, the quiet awareness behind your thoughts, the presence that has watched your entire life unfold. The same presence that existed when you were 5 years old, the same presence that exists right now. Your body changed. Your opinions changed. Your dreams changed. But something remained. Something kept watching. Maybe that is why humans have always felt there is something beyond death. Not because we understand it, but because consciousness itself feels mysterious. You can touch your hands, you can hear your voice, but you cannot fully explain the feeling of being alive. Science can describe the brain. Religion can describe the soul. Philosophy can describe the question, but none of them completely solve the experience of existing, and maybe they never will. Because death is not just a problem to solve. It is a mirror that forces us to see how fragile everything is. And strangely, that fragility gives life meaning. Imagine if humans lived forever. No ending, no limit, no final goodbye. Would love feel special? Would moments matter? Would you still say I love you with urgency if tomorrow lasted forever? Maybe endings are what create value. Maybe death is the reason life feels precious at all. But here's the part nobody wants to admit. Most people are not afraid of death itself. They are afraid of dying without truly living, afraid they wasted their years, afraid they became strangers to themselves, afraid they spent their whole life waiting for a moment that never came. One day turns into 10 years. 10 years turn into a lifetime. And suddenly, there is no more time left to become who you wanted to be. That is the real horror. Not darkness, not the unknown. Regret, the unbearable feeling that you were given a life and never fully entered it. So people stay busy. Constant noise, constant stimulation, constant escape. Because if they stop moving, they might hear the truth. That they are lonely, that they are tired, that they are scared, that deep down, they have no idea why they are here. But maybe nobody does. Maybe life was never about finding a perfect answer. Maybe it was about learning how to sit with the mystery, to love despite uncertainty, to connect despite impermanence, to keep going even when no explanation arrives. Because one day every human reaches the same edge, the rich, the poor, the admired, the forgotten. Every argument disappears there. Every ego collapses there. Death equalizes everyone, and perhaps that is why it humbles us so deeply. In the end, nobody knows exactly what happens after we die. Maybe there is something beyond this. Maybe there is nothing. Maybe consciousness continues. Maybe it dissolves back into silence. But there is something strangely beautiful about not knowing, because mystery changes the way we live. It makes ordinary moments feel sacred. A late-night conversation, rain against a window, a hug that lasts a few seconds longer than usual, the sound of someone laughing in another room. Tiny moments, temporary moments, moments that become priceless, because they end. And maybe that is the answer people spend their lives searching for. Not what happens after death, but what should happen before it. Maybe life is not measured by how long you survive, but by how deeply you feel, how honestly you love, how awake you become before the lights go out. One day your body will disappear. Your routines will vanish. Your name will slowly fade from the world. But right now, you are here, breathing, feeling, existing in the middle of an impossible universe. And for a brief moment in eternity, you get to experience what it means to be alive. Maybe that is enough. Or maybe that is everything.